What's up, everybody? We're back again, episode 39. It's the Creased Podcast. I'm your boy, Trey Treasy. Back again with my dude, Casita. What's going on, dog?
What's the damn deal, Trey? Just chilling like usual. Man, it was a cold week in the H. Super cold. Prayers to Texas. How you living?
Nah, bro. Same. Frigid temperatures. Y'all probably saw a little bit of content. I missed it. I was out in a different snowy area, so y'all might have seen a little bit of snow content from the mountains. That was not Houston related, but hope everybody's doing well by now in the H town. And yeah, man, how about your shoes? Any luck with the shoes this week?
Man, honestly, I was in survival mode all week, so I did make a couple purchases, but nothing super major. But yeah,
yeah.
So we'll talk about them in the L meter.
Yeah.
And I'll probably show them on KO2D. So
for sure, yeah, it was tough getting. Obviously, service was not around, so there was no point in even trying for shoes, much less trying to call and text everybody. So, yeah, man, we can jump right into it. Episode 39. We can get into the infamous L meter this week. I think we had some major ones recently. You know, we had the three dunk lows, the first three colors of the dunk lows. We got a few more highs coming out soon. Jordan 1 women's silver toe model, Huarache, the Stussy Huaraches we talked about last week, the Griffies. Anything for you that you upset that you missed out on?
Probably my only biggest takeaway is the UNLVs, the dunk lows. The more I saw them, the more I wanted them. I think it's like that with everything. Silver toes, I was on the fence about them. The one big takeaway is that, we have bigger feet. So, they did offer extended sizes, but as soon as it dropped, there were no extended sizes. So that was sneakers that a lot of locals had the bigger sizes, which was nice. So we did appreciate that. Jordan Reserve for Jordan's birthday with a huge restock on sneakers. Fire Red 4s, Biohacks. They had Off-White 5s for a select few people. Griffies were hard too. They've been sitting on some shelves in other locations. They were sold like a month early, 2 months early for some people. So I think they're still out there if you really want them, if you're down to search. The Stussies, the Huaraches, oh man. I entered on sneakers for myself, and I got my significant other her pair from Concept. So I missed out on sneakers, of course, because it's sneakers. And then I was able to cop on Concept. So I did cop.
I would be interested to see how many people just didn't even think about the Stussies and were just hitting the join draw for the three dunks and then look back and were like, oh no, I missed those. So you could have definitely had time to do Stussies first and then go back and enter the draws. You had 10 minutes. So there was no doubt about that, but I'm sorry if you missed those. My L meter was fairly, I mean, I didn't try for too much. As you said, I was a little bit vacationing, so I didn't really care too much to try. However, I will say I came up on the overbreak undercovers. So there was the cream pair and the black pair. It was the overbreak has been a fairly popular model recently. This was the all cream pair though. They have the rose little symbol right at the right above the swoosh there. So those are pretty dope. I came up on those from overseas. Got to play that shipping, but yeah, man, it was nice to get a little dub on the low when everything else was kind of not tight.
Yeah, it was a tough week. Just sneakers all together, and then
didn't matter.
Just being in the H, it was just like it was not a good time. So prayers out to anybody who still doesn't have power or water. Hopefully FEMA gets you right. FEMA is located now in Houston. So hopefully you get your resources and whatever you need coming your way. Carrying on, let's talk about what we do have and what we're thankful for, which is KO2D, kicks of the day.
I'm just gonna go
first. Trey already know. Man, we pull our.
I caught my dub, but I'm gonna go ahead and just go.
No, you did not. We're gonna take. Oh, come on, Trey. If we're gonna pull from both sources or just one source.
You thought the Copperheads won? Is that what you thought?
Come on. You won one pull. I won the other pull.
Oh, is that what happened?
Come on, bro. I tally all of it together.
Talking about the hidden one that nobody else can see except for people in their group.
Mm, mm, mm.
Oh, that one. So I'm gonna go ahead from 2014. I have a one of the shoes I felt like it was really popping at the time, but it's really died since then. But I liked it when it came out. It's gonna be the LeBron 11, man. So
Mm.
this colorway in particular was probably like, man, I remember when I saw it, I was like, that is the all-time alternate Oilers colorway. Like this was the black alternate that the Oilers were always supposed to have. Like, so I guess that's kind of what I thought when I really wanted this shoe. The official name is Diffused Jade is the color on there. So it's not officially a light blue. It's more of a jaded color, but yeah, I love this shoe very much. You get the braided black and red laces, LeBron tips on them. I mean, all the LeBron detailing you'd get in all of his other sick models, but I really love the shoe. You get the signature on the outsole there. I've worn this shoe for years and years. I got these from Chic. It was probably like one of my only purchases ever from Chic, but I remember I wanted them so bad. I couldn't find them at Foot Locker, and then I just randomly walked into Chic, and they totally had them. It was like my last stop of the day. So my shoe for this week is the LeBron 11 Diffused Jade.
Beautiful. And I think the LeBron 11 is probably one of the more slept on models in his signature line. Uh, Definitely, man. Those are great. I think didn't they have a Big Bang 11, if I'm not mistaken?
They might
They
have.
had nines, and then they did the Knicks 10s. I don't know if they did it for the 11s.
Uh,
All-Star games were also great in the 11s, but
I remember that was the Mardi Gras year, huh?
those were-
Oh, yes, I remember those. Those were dirty.
all right. So my KOTD, actually an unboxing. Uh, we're gonna do something fresh. You know what I'm talking about, for my dudes out there in Premiere. You know what I'm saying? We've been talking about this shoe a lot, but it's the New Balance 2002R. I picked up the gray colorway. This also came out with the same of the year of the ox, but I picked up the gray ones. I didn't want to go for the hype shoe. I wanted to go for something a little bit easier. So all gray, suede, the nice outsole, 2002. So as y'all know, it's a half and half shoe. The upper is based off of the 2002, and then the bottom half is a 993. It's just a meshed together shoe. And so this is my shoe of the day.
Looks very comfortable.
They're super daddy. You know, let me pause. They're super dad-like shoes. So super dad-like shoe, and I cannot wait to actually put them on my feet. So yeah, shout out to Premiere. I appreciate that. I got the email with the confirmation, and it was good to go.
Nice, good stuff. Good come up on Premiere. I don't think I've ever won anything on Premiere. I enter there an awful lot.
It
But yeah,
wasn't a raffle. It was just they just released them, and then
nice, very, very cool. Hopefully, we'll do some more, some more clout with Premiere going forward.
oh yeah, I would love a collaboration with Premiere. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I was just talking about winning some raffles, but yeah, for sure.
Or some unboxings or some some SBs. Well, that if you like what you saw, go ahead and comment below. Let us know who takes the cake this week for KOTD. Carrying on, we're going to jump right into Fresh Out the Box for episode 39 of the Creased Podcast. It's the last week of February. Since it's still February, it's Black History Month, so we're going to highlight our last person for Black History Month. This week, it's going to be Jazerai Allen-Lord. She's a devout sneaker enthusiast, strategist, and designer. Most of y'all may know her from her 9-year stunt at Kicks on Fire, where she was a publicist there. After leaving that, she so this is before social media. So once social media started rolling in, she became a trailblazer for women, allowing them to use their social media platforms as a place of sanctuary for female sneakerheads, for them to love and respect themselves. What you kept seeing online a lot were women, either topless or bikinis and then just wearing some shoes. Now it's just on her platform, she makes it easier for women to just be appreciated for the way that they dress with sneakers. She's also helped launch numerous amounts of brands, including Adidas with their Run DMC campaign, as well as Reebok's It's a Man's World. I believe this was in 2015 for that. So basically, the idea behind It's a Man's World with Reebok collaboration. She highlighted 5 women who make an impact in a very male-driven industry, which is the sneaker industry. Um, Wrapping up was Jazerai. She's also made way with her own brands. One of her brands is called True to Size, which is an initiative to help people of color get their voices heard in an industry that can be silencing voices behind the scene. Miss Jazerai Allen-Lord, we appreciate all your hard work and what you do for not only women, but people of color as well, and women of color. So this week we salute you. We appreciate uh, all your accolades, and we appreciate all the work that you put in.
Yeah, absolutely. She's by far one of the most positive people in all of the industry for sure. I will say from my I don't want to say personal experience, but I was writing for Sneaker Files back in 2013, 2012, 2013. I was still writing for Sneaker Files. And at that time, like you said, there wasn't a social media presence as much. So it was more you got your news from other sites, right? And we'd bounce around and see what everybody else has got going on kind of thing. And I just remember she would pump stuff out like it was, I mean, interviews, articles, everything, blogs. I mean, it was incredible the work she was putting out. I remember just seeing at Nerd Like Jazzy on everything back in the day. And so for me, that was, it helped push me and try to get into the game and now to see how far she's come in this 10 years. And now here we are with the show. So, I mean, it's all thanks to people like her. So to continue to push the industry forward. And like you said, like give women, I remember there used to be kicks and chicks and it was just girls in no clothes and shoes. Right. So plenty of guys love that stuff. So it was what it was, and it definitely got its run. But she really made enthusiasts out of women that didn't have to do that. So that was huge, and that was a major point. And as you pointed out, she hopefully will continue to get her roses as we continue to love shoes.
Absolutely, my man. She is featured in uh, this book here. It's called Sneakers. It's by Rodrigo Corell and Alex French and Howie Kahn. They go a little bit more in depth about her story as well. So if you ever get a chance, go ahead and cop this book. Roughly about $25 or so, but it is a great read. It gives you a lot of insight inside of the sneaker industry, and she is a highlight feature in this book as well. So
Yeah.
hats off to you, Jazerai. You are an icon.
I'm sorry, bro. I just wanted to point out like one other thing that's like on the top of her website that I die on every time I see it. And you mentioned it earlier, and it was that she got married and divorced in Nike Dunks, and she's like hella proud of that, bro. And like that's a dream for everybody, right? We all want to get married in our favorite kicks and stuff. So like if you just go listen to her and stuff, you can tell the passion she has in everything she does. So it's incredible. It really is. It really
Yeah, I
is.
mean, she's an SB head. She likes SBs. She said she used to be a skater, so I mean, it only makes sense for her to actually wear them. So, uh, what a great way to get wed. I think that's fire. I know in my wedding, that's exactly what's gonna
I
happen.
was just about to say right behind you.
My groomsmen will be decked out in the freshest. So, absolutely, can't wait for that. Miss Allen-Lord, we appreciate you. Hats off to you. You are one of a kind. Um, let's jump right into episode 39. Starting off hot, we got the Whitaker Group. The Whitaker Group, hosted by James Whitner, is an umbrella company that holds social status, prosper, Alamarena. I'm saying that all wrong. It's that first one. I know that first one. And APB. They have a collaboration with Nike, and they're working closely on a Nike Waffle One. The shoe is dubbed the Bill after Bill Bowerman, who is the Nike god. It's their first attempted shoe. It has breathable side panels, sample writing recreated, and has cartoon insoles. Um, excuse me. It's already announced that that French place is has a branded Air Jordan 3 coming out in 2021. And the raffle expires on the 26th of October on the social status website. So, Trey, what's your take on the Whitaker Group and Nike collaboration on the Racer One? Oh, excuse
So
me, Waffle One.
Yeah, it should. I believe the raffle expires on February 22nd. If it was October, that'd be deep, but I do believe it is February 22nd. But I do want to point one thing out. I know we missed our second week of Black History Month because we took off that week, not any reason in particular, just because we were super busy. But James Whitner, this dude really holds it down, man. He has got so much going on. He's got stores out the wazoo. I know he mentors a lot of people and whatnot. We here in Houston, we have an Amman Munir location as well as a social status location. So very thankful for coming into Houston. We get a lot of the stores here are built up here and created here. So it's nice to have someone come with their already made brand and bring it here. We really appreciate that. So big shout out to James Whitner and everything he's done. Onto the shoe now. The Whitaker Group obviously is the group that umbrellas over all his companies. So it's kind of like just all his thoughts and creations into one, right? On this Nike Waffle One, which is really cool that he's going back to the beginning of time, right? So he's going back and starting with an original, or like the original model from Bill Bowerman and all that. So to pay homage to that is really cool. I really like that. I think they did a good job on the shoe. I really like the different colors. They have the painted on rusty midsole, which I'll say reminds me of the Travis Scott React 270 midsole, how it looked really yellow painted on. So that's kind of the same vibe I get there. But the Amman Munir Jordan 3s, need those. Could need those big time. But I would definitely, I will tell you right now, I've already put in my raffle entry for the Nike Waffle One, and I am really, really hoping to get that. I want to say it was like $180. But yeah, it's a dope shoe. I think Whitaker Group did a fantastic job putting that all together. Big shout out to James Whitner for sure.
That's pretty steep. $180 for a Waffle One. The Waffle Ones usually like retail for 100, 120 at most, I believe. But the shoe's dope. I get collaboration style. You gotta, you gotta pay the premium for those. But what a great collection. As you were saying earlier, that umbrella group of social status, Prosper, Amman Munir, and APB, like those are like well-established groups, well-established companies. The fact that we have two of those here in Houston does really help.
Prosper too, huh?
No, we have Proper, but we don't have Prosper.
Yeah. That's one letter off.
Yeah, no, it's all good. But no, it's great to have at least two of the four, especially here in Houston. I think Houston is easily one of the bigger sneaker cities in the world, and we honestly get zero respect for that. We're heavily slept on, just like you showed, we're heavily slept on as a community. Like we don't even have a Nike town store, but we still manage to get all of our shoes. So so people like James Whitner, who open up his doors for us in a very big market, and come to Houston and showcase us. We do appreciate that, and I'm sure that he gets his money back tenfold, or he gets his roses back tenfold for all of that. As for the shoe itself, I do look forward into entering this raffle as well. Me, I love me some runners, as I showed on KOTD. So I am looking forward to seeing what they look like in hand. So
yeah. Super fire. Shout out to James Whitner for the last time, and go fill out your Nike Waffle One on the social status website. Your raffle for that on the website right now. So moving on, our last fresh out the box topic for today. Here it is, the Nike Dunk portion of the episode. So the Nike Dunk Low Flip the Old School. So this is one expected for 2021. No set date on this one yet, but this is a purple and white dunk. I think the cool thing about these shoes, obviously, is that the right shoe and the left shoe are going to be inverted colorways. It's all purple and white with gold tongue tags. However, the right shoe comes with swooshes correctly placed on the shoe facing the correct way, whereas the left shoe, everything is flipped either upside down, backwards, is including the colorway. The panels on the right shoe that are purple, on the other shoe are white. So it looks very cool. I think next to each other, they have the panels that switch colors are also ostrich. So you get like ostrich paneling, which is really cool. I really like that. It gives it like a exotic feel, I guess you could say. The shoe also comes covered in tissue paper with people wearing dunks. It's like a sketch of people wearing dunks made into paper, right? And they covered the shoe in that paper. So when you first get the shoe, it's going to look extremely wild. It's just going to kind of look like, you get tissue paper with scribble, kind of look like scribble on some of the portions of it, but it's a pretty cool, interesting thing that you can cut it off, right? And then you can see what the actual shoe looks like. So it gives an extra level to unboxing. So really hope we come up on these because that unboxing video would be super lit. Other than that, like I mentioned, gold tongue branding. Do you think this is something dope? Do you like this idea? I think we've seen it in the past, right?
Seen it in the past. Nike's big on these tearaway models nowadays. They've done forces with it. I think it's a little extra. I think also Nike's trying to play on their own thing about defects, their QC. There's been lots of shoes that have come out on the market that have factory defects. With factory defects, those shoes tend to skyrocket in the resale value. They're also considered rare. The inverted swoosh, it's a different take on even Travis Scott's inverted swoosh. This one's upside down and still placed in the right spot. Or is John Geiger?
Oh, Geiger, yeah.
Geiger's misplaced checks, all of that. So I think they're really just trying to play on something of a factory defect, and now they're going to dress it up and make it something where they can sell a story on it. Where I'm not buying it, honestly. I think the colorway is dope. I like the inverted colors on either shoe. They could have got off on that by itself, but this whole inverted check thing is, I don't know. The RE1s, it reminds me of the RE1s, the menthol ones, the Air Force ones. Those ones are bueno. Those ones are really good, and that's how you avoid a lawsuit. But but with this, I think they just tipped the bucket a little bit too much. Personally.
Right. I think they were trying to like maybe beat somebody else to it before, there was probably after Travis, I'm sure all the people that were getting Nike not customs, but their own collaborations, they were probably like, how can I do the swoosh, right? How can I mess with the swoosh, right? So they're probably, Nike was probably like, we're gonna do it first so nobody else can get to it. And then y'all can do whatever y'all want after that. So I think it's
pay homage to Ari for doing those menthol ones because it's the inverted and they just look like a pack of Newports. But
that was my first thought when I saw these. I was like, these are the menthols, right? Like they did the idea of it, right? So leaving one shoe standard is kind of saving themselves.
That's how they were like, okay, well, we messed up on all of the left shoes, so let's just continue doing the right shoes, and then we're gonna sell it to the people and tell them it's a pack. Hey. I'm like, I'm not buying it.
Not gonna lie, they're gonna get me on this one. I'm not so much with the tissue paper covering. That doesn't really, I would be completely 100% fine with just making the paper inside the box, which I'm sure is going to come the same way also, but like just the paper inside the box, right? That would have been fine with me. I didn't have to cover the shoe in this paper as well. I think that's going a little far, doing a little much, but yeah, I mean, I'm all for making it weird and making it look different than the last 900 years of Nike. So, so I'm fine with making it look different. The ostrich, I'm gonna have to see in person. That's gonna be one that I'm like,
ostrich is a luxury material.
I know, just like on the shoe though, and the different colors of it, it just catches me as odd for sure.
Oh man, I think that's the one takeaway from the shoe itself is the ostrich paneling. Like, just the feeling of ostrich, it's expensive. It's luxurious. It's a great touch. So
fancy dog, you fancy.
Can't wait to see what actually comes of the shoe. Let's see if we can get one in hand and see if we can get it moving. That unboxing video, like you said, will be top tier. So look out for that on what? Go ahead.
Speaking of unboxing videos, though, we're almost at a rack for the Eric Emanuel video. So shout out to everybody who went and watched the Eric Emanuel Club C video. Almost had 1,000 views for that one video alone. So man, really appreciate y'all on that. Really appreciate y'all.
And we got more coming as soon as Sneakers actually accepts one of our bids.
Facts.
You'll see more unboxing videos. one more brands. Eric Mania actually got an Adidas collaboration coming out. Just keep your eyes out on that. But if you're looking for more information on this flip to old school, just follow Chris Podcast on all of our platforms and make sure that you just keep it locked on there. So carrying on, we do have order confirmed coming up. So first things up is my favorite model on the worst team ever is the LeBron 7 Dodger colorway. This shoe is dressed in a all white upper, blue midsole, and red outsole. It's a leafy texture on a blue mid area and a toe box. Will this non-OG colorway hit outside of LA? You think so?
I will say there's enough Dodger fans outside of LA that these will probably super go. It's the whole like when LeBron dropped the Lakers colorways, right? It's like it wasn't just people in LA buying them. So unfortunately, yeah, this colorway is going to hit outside of LA. Although in LA, it is going to be a death race finding these. This is going to be one of those ones that every single person in California is just going to be dying. Unless you're a Giants fan, you're just going to be dying over. So the leafy theme throughout the mid on the shoe is very cool. I like that. I think it gives it a contrast to like all the Miami vibes he did throughout the years, right? And the Cleveland vibes there's no really vibes in Cleveland, but like the Miami vibes, there was none of that here, right? You see a whole different city in the shoe. So I think that's super dope. $200. I think the LeBron 7 is very much worth it. It's a great shoe. I would hoop in these. That's about the extent I could do, though, being an Astros fan.
Oh man, there's no other like Houston teams that have that colorway now where you can just try to like cross brand it.
Call you fan first.
I am a huge LeBron 7 fan. I just hate to see it go down in these Dodgers colorways. Anyway, those released on the 23rd for $200. If you have a pair, go ahead and tag us with hashtag Creased Pod on all your shoe picks online, and we'd love to see it. Maybe talk about you on the next episode. Trey, what we got up next?
So let's actually get into something Houston. So the Queen, Beyonce, as we've seen over this past weekend, she dropped it last Friday. She dropped the Icy Park pack. So I want to say a week prior to that is when we started seeing all the celebrities roll in. The first time she dropped Ivy Park, she dropped off the crates at everybody's crib, all her celebrity homies' cribs. They got the big crates and all the maroon and orange gear came flying out. This time around, she delivered literal frozen blocks of ice to all her celebrity homies that came with a pair of shoes inside of the ice. There was some hilarious videos you can go back and check out of people just throwing the ice or like taking hammers and chopping the ice and like, oh God, it was great. It was a great idea. They smacked it out the park. And if you were wondering, they did wrap them in saran wrap. So the shoes did not get hurt at all. So super, super dope coming out party for those. For the Icy Park drop, that was on the 20th. There was 5 pairs of kicks involved in the drop. All white pair of Ultra Boost, which was really dope. Probably the hottest overall for the unisex as far as that dropping. 2 Forum mids, one with an all white upper gum sole, the second with an all metallic silver shiny upper gum sole, and then the 2 other ones for this drop. Cardi B had stuff like this. Beyonce's done stuff like this before, but the Super Sleek 72 is going to be it's white with suede light gray panels throughout the top of the shoe. And then there's about that much
Don't exaggerate.
Shoe. So there's an outsole and then there's a midsole, and they're both like hella stacked. So the shoe is wild. It's pretty interesting. So then they also have a boot version of the Super Sleek. So in case you wanted to be more locked into your like massive 10-inch heels, you're more than welcome to do that. Same concept though, as all white with the gray suede panels up top. So what'd you think about the Icy Park drop? And Beyonce killing it still, huh?
Beyonce on fire, man. She really did that. Man, is it just ironic that Houston froze over the same week that she dropped that? I don't think, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But that's a low blow. Maybe I should have not said that. Edit. Anyway, I think the foreign mids were the best. The foreign mids this time around were actually the best. The all white ones with the gum outsole, those ones are hard. Ultra Boost will always take the cake because they're UBs. They're super comfy. If you've ever put a pair on, you'll know. The super sleeks, I personally like the 72s. The boot form was a little excessive in my opinion. But the 72s, again, the 72s are great. I think they look great on women. I think they'd be a fire shoe for women. Um, I don't know, man. It just sneakers has really just been opening my eyes to all these other brands because all this money saved. You would have thought I had Geico insurance, but honestly, just yeah, I just started to take more interest in these other brands and more appreciation for how other brands are doing certain things. So I can see where she would pick something like this super sleek 72. But again, the four mids were probably my favorite for unisex if we're gonna do that.
Yeah, I like the foreign mids too. I'm not even gonna front. Like the silver pair is kind of cool. I wouldn't be mad at them, right? Like the white pair is not it's cool too. I wouldn't wear the all white pair, but I have no problem with the foreign mids, although it's an older looking shoe. Ultra Boost, as you mentioned, is banger. And then for the League 72, the way I look at it is if you're into Sakai's and you're into the double up and the fat soles on them, then this is probably right down your alley. And chunky shoes have never been hotter. So yeah, the super sleek 72, super sleek, the sleek boot. I can't hate on you, man. I really can. So those dropped again on the 20th. That was last Friday. Don't think there's too much you can go check out. They might have some of the sweatshirts and track pants remaining from the Icy Park drop. But other than that, that is about it on that. So we can wrap up order confirmed, move right on into tracking order. This is tentatively everything that is coming up this next week. We're going to start out with NB New Balance, the 991. It's going to be the 20th anniversary for the 991 model. So they're going to be dropping two pairs. These are going to first drop on the 25th tomorrow at your favorite Euro retailer. So you can go hit up all your friends overseas and see if you can get anything that way. But there are two pairs coming
overseas. I need a friend overseas now.
friends overseas if y'all know anybody. So
Call somebody.
I'm putting out two pairs, one being an all gray pair, completely gray. The second one being about 95% gray with a little bit of emerald detailing throughout the New Balance logo and some of the other portions of the shoe. What do you think about the 20th anniversary of the 991s?
Absolutely. They're great. They look great.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see if I can get my hands on a pair of these. Great pair, phenomenal. I love what they're doing with it. I'm actually looking them up right here.
Oh,
So I was like, man, these things are hard. These are really nice. I need these. I kind of need these. I mean, once I got these, I was like, okay, I see where I'm going for. I think it's my season right now. This is my MB season right here. So I'm I love it's checks over everything for the rest of my life. But right now I feel I'm on a little MB wave. I'm gonna try to ride that one out. But it would be great to see if I can get my hands on a pair of these.
yeah, man, these are crazy hard. This is not the first 991 that has been dumb hard recently. We talked about the Dusty Cactus pair that was like, that was one of my favorite pairs recently, anytime recently. Love that shoe. But yeah, I like the emerald pair more. I will say I think it just the green pops on it since it's an all gray shoe. It's a neutral color. So very dope. New Balance 911 20th anniversary 225 at Euro retailers, but make sure you stay tuned to the Crease podcast so you can find out more on these shoes. Moving on, we can jump into the Nike City Special Pack. Woo.
So many. So deep. So these are scheduled to release on the 26th of February. It's a super monochromatic pack with city tags on each pair. We have the Air Max 90 with Chicago. These are draped in all red. We have the Air Max 95 New York City's draped in all yellow. Looks like a taxi. We got the 97s, the LA editions draped in all orange. An Air Max Plus. This is for you people out there in ATL. This is all pink. Then we have we have the women's Air Max Up, another New York City collaboration. This one's dressed in lime green and white. And we have the Air Max, oh, excuse me, the Air Vapor Max Plus. This is going back to Atlanta in an all mystic dark green colorway. These are all scheduled to release again on the 26th for prices ranging from 130 to 170 respectively. Trey, did you have a favorite of any of these cities?
I of the cities.
Yeah, I mean, just of the colorways, regardless of the city.
Yeah, there's definitely my ratings on the cities are different than my ratings on these shoes, but
Yeah.
actually I lie because my number one stays number one regardless, and it's going to be the Air Max 97 Los Angeles colorway. That orange, that like light orange. I'm sure orange is not the color they call it. I don't know what they call it right now, but Jesus, it is so nice. It looks so good. The black detailing on the inner lining and throughout the rest of the upper, it looks incredible on that shoe. I think they did a really smacking job on that one. Another one I think is going to pop really hard will be that pink Air Max Plus. I think the ladies are going to, they're definitely going to rock that one.
Yeah, I can see that. I think the 97s actually take the whole cake. The 90s, honestly, if they wanted to do the 90s better, they could have re-released the hyperfused ones from 2013, the Independence Day pack, because these are so close to it. But I just think the Independence Day pack is a little bit better when it comes to the monochromatic type of style. The NYCs, of course, they mimic a taxi because those are very popular in New York. But the 95s, if you don't take advantage of the waves on the shoe and set different colors on them, or at least checkerboarded, man, they could have done something way nicer than that. But again, the 97s will definitely take the cake on this one. I look forward to those ones a lot.
Yeah, I definitely, the only one I could sit here, no, I don't like the 90s. I wouldn't buy the 90s. But the Air Max Up, I just don't like that shoe at all. I don't know. I think the sole on the heel is too big. It needs to be more of a 270 size, like cut in half. So yeah, the Air Max Up is not a model for me. And then the Air Max 95, I do think I think they'll all go just because they're city favorites, right? So everybody in those cities are going to want them.
No,
If
man, some city packs literally sit.
not in their cities though.
No, in their cities. The 98s, from last Air Max day.
Hmm.
The LA, I believe they're the LA ones because the designer was from LA, and they were
Hmm.
like the Mezcal 98s. They had like some snakeskin pattern on there. Man, those went to the outlets.
I wouldn't buy anything with snake skin on it either, but these will also have, if there was a Houston colorway, what color would that be? One color.
Baby blue.
Oh, purple. All right, moving on.
I said for the Oilers, baby blue.
Yeah, that's all right. No. Last shoe today, tracking order. Man, probably the best shoe of the whole episode. Do you think so?
Probably.
All right, so another Air Max, but this time we're going to do the Clot Air Max 1 Kiss of Death. This is a retro of the shoe. You get the see-through toe box. You get the traditional print throughout the entire shoe. The what is it? The foot. What is it on the bottom where it's like it's the pinpoints of your foot are mentioned throughout?
Mhm.
So I think that's really dope. I think this shoe in general is just one I've always seen kind of just on blogs and stuff and never really made anything of it, but I'm really happy it's coming back. I've seen it on people's like collections and stuff. And I really like it. I really like this. Happy it's coming back. I've taken like dumb L's on Clot over the past couple of years, so
In
wouldn't
the
shock
last couple of weeks too.
the last couple of weeks. Yeah, exactly. So I still want the Air Force Ones. The 14s recently, all of it's crazy hard. So yeah, what do you think about the Kiss of Death? And is it something you're super ready for?
As an Air Max One, as an Air Max One collector myself, I do need these in my collection. But when it comes to a one of one retroing of the '06 model, I think these ones are a little bit too bright, in my opinion. I do like this shoe though, and I will be going for it on the 27th. So you should go for it too in my size, which is your size, and then you should give it to me.
Oh,
Uh, yeah, this is a great re-release of an old classic. Sometimes, you know, some classics don't need to see the light of day ever again, and they should just stay in the vault. This is one of those shoes that probably should have stayed in the vault, but being that back in '06, I didn't have enough money to cop these at the time. Now, since, you know, my bread's looking right, I will be trying to get these for sure.
Yeah, no, super hard. Clot is killing it. I just love the like cream that they've been using on all the shoes. I know it's like a big theme of theirs, and it's always looks super hard. Another, you get the tiny like eyelets are lime green on this shoe. I used to hate that about this shoe, and over the years I've definitely matured, and I like that it pops. It's a little bit just different, keeping everything different. So love Clot. There's not many people that put more detail into the theme of their shoe than Clot. So big shout out to them on all their collaborations. I think they're doing a hell of a job.
Yeah. Shout out Clot, shout out Nike, shout out Air Max. You know,
Nike, shout out Nike for you.
yeah, man. You know, even though they hurt they how does one brand get you out of bed every Saturday morning
Like,
just so you can just be disappointed to go back to sleep? I just don't understand how they do it. And they have that power and they do it to millions of people across the world.
it's like the DPS, you got to go, and it's just gonna be bad.
Yeah. It's like, man, why do I have to do this? And just hurts every time. But hopefully both of us can come up on a pair of these and it'd be great.
Yes.
And that actually wraps up episode 39 of the Creased podcast. We appreciate y'all watching. If you made it to this portion of the video, that means that we love you. We appreciate you. We could not do this without you. If you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe, like, share, comment, post, do whatever you have to do on your social media platforms, and make sure that you share the world with us. Trey, you got anything for the people?
Nah, man, still like you mentioned, subscribe, please. We're looking to hit 100 subscribers, and then also if you're feeling generous, you can tag your pictures with hashtag CreasePod. We're looking to throw out some CreasePod stickers. We got a ton of them. So yeah, if you just see us and you hit us up and you got some kicks on, just let us know, man. We got stickers for you. So yeah, just come shout out the CreasePod, and we appreciate everybody watching as always. Thank y'all, and yeah, on to more shoes.
On to more. And one more shout out O'Shea. O'Shea Woodhouse. He has his initiative, the Double O Community, where he did give back a lot during the week of the Snowvid-19, as most people are calling it now. But he has a great community going on out there, and he's just doing God's work, and we appreciate that so much. So as always, ain't no half stepping around here, and we will catch y'all for episode 40 in the weeks to come. All right, guys. Till next time. Peace. Quorum Oats out here.